Tommy. Small hook, slipped hook. Just pecking away. They all seem to be coming from out the same shoal. I'll get this one back as well. No fish. I've had no more fish. Oh, sorry. Oh. Same rig. Good morning. Good morning from South Shields. I'm meant to be course fishing on a river, on the River Wear, upstream in the centre of Durham. However, I'm here because it's so cold. It's about -2 degrees, and trying to stop the ice forming in the rings is not fun when you're course fishing. So I thought I'd bob out. I'm only going to get a couple of hours. Let's see what happens. We are in with the first rod. I've just got bluey on. I've put a bell on the end so that I can set up the other rod. I'll be aware if anything happens. I've just spoken to the 3 guys down the bottom who've been here since high tide. There were a few bites at high tide, but it's gone quiet now. So great, doesn't bode well. They're fishing mackerel, strip and black. And I've just had a knock, interestingly, with the bluey. I've only got small weight out at the moment. I thought I'd give it a try with a lower weight first. But that may be that weight getting washed around in the tide. The tide's going out now. There will be some decent pull in the next few minutes. And that might be what's causing the indications. Right, so we're getting indications now, as you can see. I don't think that's the tide. I think that was definitely something happening. Didn't look anything like a tide pull, that one. Definitely something there. I'm going to feel for it. I've had a crab stripping the baits. We're getting back. Still just got one rod out. I'm building the other one up now. Just cast out again, and I think the crabs are on it again. Getting little taps. So I was fishing last week with a guy next to a guy called Alan, who was fishing the South Shields match. Did very well. You've seen him on a previous video landing a cod. Anyway, I was talking to Alan. So the best tip I can give you is make sure your hooks are sharp. So just before I've cast in with some rigs, I've just checked, and lo and behold, one set of rigs, the hooks aren't sharp, so I'm changing. Setting up the second rod, and as I've been going, I've heard little dinks and chits off the other rod with the bell on, and I've got stripped hooks. It looks like the crabs have been active. Yeah. Just had a knock while I'm rebaiting the first. Both rods finally out. And yeah, that rod did just move, but that was, I think, just the weight settling. So keep my eye on them, and I'll come back if anything happens. Giving it a few minutes to settle, and that smaller rod has just had a knock. Sorry, smaller rod. The first rod I put out, both the same length. I don't know where the smaller rod came from. There we go. It's not going to set any records, but we've got a small Tommy, little codling. Oh, I mean, it might be a whole 6 inches long, but it's a fish. Get in. We'll put it back. Perfection in miniature. We'll get it back. I don't think he's fishing. I think he's just having fun, but I do think fishing off a kayak is something I need to try. There's a rod going again. I don't know which one it was. I was looking the wrong way, filming. How very unfishermanly of me. Oh, keep my eye on that. Stuck the left-hand rod out a little bit further this time, and it's really got in the flow of the outgoing tide. So it's pulled it around quite a bit, and it did struggle to find bottom. The right-hand rod has got smaller hooks on, smaller baits. That's what I had the little codling on earlier. So I'm going to keep putting that in about the same position. but hope something's moving up that big river and picks up a larger bait. I have got some crab baits with me, and I might swap over to that later. Just see, I just want something. Crabs are still actively stripping the bait, so I can't leave them out for that long. 20 minutes is kind of it, and then I've got to change over. I'm not here for long, so I won't go through that much bait, but yeah, they're doing the usual. Oh. So that's the rod with the smaller hooks on. I just got a little wrap on there. I'll come back if it turns quiet on the right hand rod, and then the left hand rod's just rattled. That's the left hand rod again. I think these might just be crabs stripping hooks. I'm fishing bluey baits on all 4 hooks, 2 hook flappers on each rod. And obviously crabs love fish. There's definitely something happening there. Go and give it some weight on that. And the weight was a crab. And it fell off as I was bringing it in. So yeah. Excitement for nothing. Baiting up the other rod, and this one's starting to go. Looks like the twin of the last one I had. Little Tommy. Small hook, slipped hooked. I'll get it off and get it back in. Yeah, we'll get that one back. Right, so I haven't managed to put the second rod out. I'm getting knocks on the little one again. It's gone quiet. Try and get the other one again. I'm assuming it's crabs. Those little Tommies are just pecking away. I know people describe the whiting as chicken because they peck at the bait. It could be a whiting. Little knocks. Something going on. Hooks are definitely getting me fish. That's my 3rd little Tommy. Catching. They all seem to be coming from out the same shoal. I'll get this one back as well. The left-hand rod with the bigger hooks. I've just cast in the right-hand rod and it's still getting itself sorted, so I'm not getting excited about that. I'll just pull it down there. It's just finding bottom. But this one's been settled for a while and is getting knocks. So I've had a change of baits. Looking at what the match guys were doing last week when I was fishing next to them, I've put fish bait on one hook and a cart stick on the other. So we'll see what happens. A little bit more interesting than just small hooks and small baits, but that's definitely getting the Tommies on that rod. Wasn't getting anything close in, but now I've stuck it out a bit further, I'm getting those fish. So the rod with the bigger bait's getting knocks again. It could just be crabs going at that bait, but... And now that one's going. Oh, it's exciting. That seems to be the same kind of bite as I was getting off those codling before. Almost like a chicken tapping at the line. Tapping at the bait. It's been pecking away at that bottom hook, but no fish on the end. Some of that is just the tide pulling it over, but those knocks are definitely not the tide. Oh, gonna have to check this one out. It's another Tommy cod. It's 3. 4, sorry. No, it's 4. Same rig on the bluey, slightly larger than the last one. I'll get it off. A lot bigger, maybe an inch bigger, a little bit more weight to it. Might even make 4 ounce. It's tiny. Get it back in there. Guy coming back. Wish he enjoyed himself. He's been out about an hour. This rod here is still going. Still keeping an eye on. Last few minutes, I should be bringing the rods in, but I'm just getting a knock on this one again. This is the one with the small hooks. So hard to leave when it's like this. Some days when there's been nothing, you're just grateful when your time's up and you can say, right, okay, it's over, but not today. Just want to make it 5. There's definitely something playing around with that. Hook stripped, back in, other rods taken down. Time to finish up. You enjoyed it. Couple of hours down on the walkway at South Shields, and we've managed 4 fish. Nothing big, but yeah, could do that every 2 hours I went fishing. I'd be quite a happy guy. If you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. If you want to ask any questions, please do. I love interacting with people. I also like saying hi to people on the bank, which has happened to me recently when I was on holiday in Fuerteventura. So yeah, it's an amazing feeling. So thank you very much those who do subscribe to my videos, and I hope you've enjoyed this one. Cheers.